It has been almost a year since the initial release of Medieval Dynasty. It came out on the 17th of December 2020 in the middle of a pandemic where everybody was waiting for something new, but it almost came out of nowhere. I hadn't really seen much of a run up to it. There were trailers and a bit of promotion, but it was a small company that decided to try their hand in the medieval genre to make a game that hadn't really been out before. People were comparing it to games like Kingdom Come Deliverance, but it was on a much smaller scale, very much going in detail about the lives of regular people, not knights, not lords, not soldiers or even slaves, just normal people living their normal lives in a medieval world. And it was very successful because of it. People just wanted to go about building a little town up, farming, meeting people, growing relationships, getting married, having children, creating weapons, tools, being able to trade on the market, and then hopefully growing a settlement of your own. And because of this success, we have now officially got a full release date. Yes, the last year has been fully in early access for the game, and that was somewhat reflected in the content that was in it. In my initial reviews, I said it was a great game and it had some fantastic potential, but at the current state that I was playing it, the amount of content was a little bit lackluster. However, that was back in September, October time, when it initially came out into early access, but the game has had 12 months to grow, to advance, and for more content to come in, and the developers have done a fantastic job of keeping it up to date. So what has changed? What are we getting in the full release on September 23rd? And why can I not wait to get back into this? I mean, now the game has a complete full crafting system. It did have basics when I first initially played the game, but now you can go anything from being a blacksmith, making weapons and tools that you or other villagers can use. There's even beekeeping in the game now. If you want to, you can grow farms, crops, make bread, build a bakery, or you can go the other way, do livestock farming, even beekeeping to the extent where you can make honey, eat it, or even sell it. You can set up markets and stores in order to sell everything that you've grown or produced. There's also the abilities to make alcohol if that's more your thing, like wine and beer, or even weapons and tools that have been crafted that then can go on to sell at your market stall or just sell to some villagers that you have relationships within the town. Growing these relationships with villagers will make it much easier to sell stuff to them, and you'll get better prices for them because of this. You could apparently even drink beer and alcohol with other villagers in the tavern, so that's definitely something that I've got to try. In the full release, we're going to get the addition of bandits, and this is one of the most exciting things for me. You see, the problem with Medieval Dynasty is, as I mentioned, it's a nice, fun, relaxing game. It's good to build up your village and immerse yourself in the atmosphere of medieval life, but the only real peril was wildlife, things like wolves or maybe even bears. And whilst yes, they'd be pretty dangerous, you kind of have to go out your way to hunt these things in order to really be attacked by them. There are a few missions where you've got to set up defenses for towns and villages because there are wolf attacks coming, but this was very much focused on the story. Having dynamic events where there's actually real threats could add so much more to Medieval Dynasty and really flesh it out as a game. And this is where the bandits are coming in, and you can guess it, they're probably not going to be the most warming of people. They are going to set up camp throughout the land, and of course that will change over time. They won't just stay in the same place, they'll move from one place to another, so you've always got to keep an eye out. They'll move like nomads, looting and burning when needing to, and of course you've got to make sure you can protect yourself from it. So watch your step as you travel. As a player yourself, you're able to build weapons, bows, spears, go out hunting, so I'm expecting you're going to be able to fight them yourself in order to protect your village. But wouldn't it be cool if you're able to get your townspeople to fight as well? We all know that within the game, that once you've built your own house, you can start to create a full town. You can ask people to join you. Imagine if those people can come and fight as well. Train them up, get them tools and weapons in order for them to protect what they own. You can already get these people to do tasks like own a bakery or blacksmiths or taverns, and yes, Blacksmiths and Taverns will be coming fully to the game on the 23rd along with these bandits. And you can grow relations and have offspring to expand your colony even more. But will they be able to defend their home? Maybe even train up and take to the forest to hunt the bandits themselves, clear them from the lands. I think that will be an incredible addition that will go very far into putting way more value into Medieval Dynasty. Additionally, on top of this, we're getting some things like herbalism, which is something that a game like Kingdom Come Deliverance did very, very well, creating potions that can be used in many different situations, whether it's healing or even boosting stats. You've got to collect the plants, then process them. They will help you gain different abilities, they can boost your stats, or even help you see at night. I don't know how far they're going to go with this because Medieval Dynasty hasn't really gone far into the fantasy, and I think they're probably going to try and keep it as grounded as possible, but they have mentioned that some of these potions can give you special abilities, like night vision was one of them. That's an interesting one. I guess we're just going to have to find out how far that goes. But I'm very excited to see how this game progresses into the future, and additionally a potential sequel in the works. Now, one of the main criticisms and the main things that I've heard people say that they really want is some sort of co-op within the game. And I know a lot of people will sigh saying, why does every game have to be co-op? Just leave it single player. And I somewhat agree with it in this case. It is perfect for that single player experience, but also a casual co-op experience would be great for Medieval Dynasties, adding way more content in it. Nothing like a PvP arena, not anything like Rust or that sort of genre, but having 1, 2, maybe even up to 3 other players along with you where you can just grow your village, go hunting together and progress through this medieval world. I think that would be absolutely fantastic for this, and the developers have said that it is in the back of their minds. Now, at this point in time, I doubt we're going to get it anytime soon, but now we have the full release of the game, we've got some good content coming out, and they're very hard at work bringing us all this stuff. Maybe we might hear something in the future, but if we do, I'll be sure to chuck it on the channel, so make sure you stick around for that sort of thing. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, leave a dislike if you didn't. But once again, until then, I will see you in the next one.